Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here, and you're taking a look at the guys we have reviewed all this month. Combination of the Wreckers and the Combaticons. So now we're going to put them all together. We are going to form Bruticus out of the Combaticons and Ruination out of the Wreckers. But we're going to give you a special treat for this review. We're going to show how to get these guys all ready for it. Because while they say that the limb characters are interchangeable, none of the directions cover how to build them in the opposite limb. So, for this, you're going to get to see each of them formed into a different limb. So the resulting robot will look kind of weird, but which one of them didn't look that way? Let's clear the table and get started. Alright, we're going to make a body. We'll start here with Onslaught. Of course, like always with these guys, you will want to remove his weapon and set it aside. And the next thing we're going to do is we take his feet here and we fold them out to the side and attach it to his leg. Like so. We're going to turn him around and adjust this back plate out. And then get it so it reattaches here at his hips. Should just pop in this tab. The tab in the middle should attach to the open hole on his waist. I'm going to shift his arms out of the way because we are going to turn him around like that. We shift his arms just slightly so to keep these green tabs here aligned on his chest. The arms we're going to fold down, around, and under so that the hands reach back and grip this big knob here on his backside. Just do it gently and it'll go around there with you. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort. And then we're going to come back here to the front. I'm going to fold his robot head in, which if we keep pushing on this panel should bring out the large robot's head. In this case, since it's facing the opposite way, we just turn it around so that you can stare into the eyes of Bruticus. And then these green tabs here, we're going to fold upwards. Like so. And then there you have it. The torso segment is built. However, if you do wish to, you can connect Onslaught's weapon onto his backside to emulate the original G1 Bruticus, as I've done here with Ruination. We've done this to Impactor, so it can be done that way as well. And while that's fine and dandy, I'd rather not have it in there, because one, it is a bit of a snug fit to get it into that cavity, and two, I do want to combine all the weapons to make them into the big gun. So, there you have it, my friends. There's the torso built. Now comes the fun part that we spoke of earlier, because now we're going to take these guys and start building them into the different limbs. As it shows here, top spin is the left leg of Ruination, and blast off becomes the right arm of Bruticus. So this is going to be fun. Of course, for starters, we need to remove everybody's guns so that they don't get in the way. And so that we don't lose them. There we go. Now, of course, none of these guys, the Autobots, don't need their special weapons, so you don't need to worry about where those are. Alright. To get top spin ready, the first thing we gotta do is we fold his arms up and under his shoulder pads. He has a bar here on the underside of the arm, and it should connect into a hole in his arm, and thus allow them to be stored inside his giant shoulder pads. And still, while we got him facing the backside, we rotate them a bit so they're kind of out of our way for the moment. Because next we're going to pop his chest out and fold his head all the way, fold it all the way up. Connect it like so. Of course, you'll notice underneath the nose is obviously a connection point, but we'll deal with that in a moment. Make sure we've got this all snapped in and secured. Basically, what the instructions show is we're transforming him totally into his vehicle mode. It's kind of, we were going to put him from vehicle into limb mode. Why didn't they just start us in vehicle mode? Anyway, we rotate the arms back and connect the shoulder pads like so. We rotate his legs so they're like that. And then we're going to fold them up and connect them underneath. But we're going to keep them loose instead of doing a full connection. Because once we got them in here like this, we're going to want them fully connected because we're only going to move one segment of him. So the legs should connect like that. And we're going to take these side wings of top spin and we're going to fold them in just exactly like that. And then once they're in there like that, we come around here to the front and we slide the nose back, and there we have a leg. And as we said, he forms the left leg for Ruination, so we'll just go ahead and plug him on in. Maybe. There we go. Snaps in. And then you'd stand it upright like that. There you go. That's how the space shuttle guy becomes a leg. But some of you may want to go with him as an arm. Now let's get out Blastoff's instructions. And for the most part, it's exactly the same. we gotta put him back into the space shuttle mode. It's kind of, if they needed to be in their vehicle modes, why didn't they tell us to start there? You know, save us a few steps. And it would save me an afternoon of transforming them. I guess that tells me to read the instructions a little better myself. Alright, once we got him into space shuttle mode, we will basically do the same thing of folding in the wing pieces. We also get to fold out these extra bits. This time around, though, we keep the legs loose because we got to rotate them again inwards to merge together. Something ain't right here. Okay, this shows us how we can do it if we wanted him with either hand. But basically, we're still going to want him somewhat facing the proper way. Give me a second here. Alright, instead of folding the legs under like that, you're supposed to rotate them so these purple holes are facing you like this. And then you twist them so they merge together. And then you can fold things out. Or at least they say you can, but it's a little hard to in this position. Almost dropped him there. That's to show that the hand should connect, like so. And then, of course, you'd reach up here and fold out the connection point under the nose. And then there you have the rocket as an arm. And since he's the arm for Bruticus, we'll just go ahead and snap him into place. And that is easy as it looks. Mainly because of the way this is designed. There it goes. Now he's attached. You know, we get some swivel at the bicep too, so that'll be nice. Alright, let's get the next two guys. Alright, we got Whirl and Vortex ready. They need to be in their helicopter modes, and the blades should be closed up. To turn Whirl into the right leg of Ruination, it's a simple process. We separate the back portion of the helicopter. And then we're going to shift everything upwards on him so that the tail of the helicopter goes up. Like that. And then, of course, you shift the tail out of the way, and there is the plug to turn him into the right leg of Ruination. You see, if I had read the instructions correctly earlier, it would have saved us a heck of a lot of time earlier. So now let's plug him in. And there we go. That's how you turn the helicopter guy into a leg. Of course, fold the tail section back down so that it holds him up, so that it stays put. Now let's get him out of the way, because now we're going to want to turn Vortex into the left arm of Bruticus. And again, this will be a relatively simple process now that we've decided we're not going to waste time on worthless steps. To do this, we got to separate the cockpit. You fold the gun back in, and you fold the hand out. And then you will reconnect the cockpit, like so. The tail section we will disconnect, fold it out a bit, and we rotate it to the right or to the left, depending on which hand you want him to be. And then we fold down the connection point. And there we have Vortex is ready to be a hand. It would be the left arm. As you can see here, he has a rotating thumb, so that you can use that to determine which hand he is. Something that might come in handy for for those of you who wish to reverse them around. But at any rate, let's get Bruticus up off the floor again and snap on Vortex here. And there we go. Vortex is now attached. That's looking good. Let's get the next guys. Okay, a bit of a mix-up here when we get the armored transport ready. For Roadbuster to be an arm, he's going to start out partially as the robot. You would start by rotating the pipes down over his arms. You'll fold the head in, but as you bring the chest plate out, you're also to pop out this connection point. So that way that's out. Then we got to fold the arms up, because we got to do him a little bit differently. So this time around, the arms are apparently going to help hold things up. So you got that up there, you twist the bottom. Then they want you to adjust the arms so that his hands are hidden underneath the bumper. And then you will connect the legs together. And then you'll fold the feet down. Of course, since I'm going to have Roadbuster be the left arm, we got to reach under here and fold out this hand here. Of course, as you can see over here on the other side, we do have a right hand if we need to make him the other hand. For those that want to go a different route. That's how you would turn the armored transport into an arm. Bring Ruination back. Adjust the camera. Bend the outward a bit so that we have a little bit of room to work. Because as you can see, these guys being super brand new, they're also a bit of a pain to work with. The connections aren't necessarily as smooth, nor do things want to stay put. Come on. Quit moving. There we go. Now we just readjust everything. And we got his left arm on. He's starting to take shape here now, isn't he? Anyway, get him out of the way. Now we won't have near as much trouble here with Swindle. Because to make him a leg, we got to put him fully in the car mode, as we've done here. But all we got to do is you reach down under here and pop out the tab. You'll have to adjust the hood a little bit so that it gets cleared, and reattach it firmly. Try to keep his arms hidden underneath, and there you go. Plus, of course, you also leave out his feet so that he will stand out right. And then now let's force him into being the right leg of Bruticus. Theory being that gravity will help us. Gravity is not always our friend. There we go. That's one leg in. As soon as we re-snap everything back into place, there we go. One more to go. Alright, for the final guys, if you're going to make a tank an arm, you're going to have to transform him from the robot. If you're going to make the tank a leg, he needs to be in tank mode, and we'll get him adjusted. Alright, to turn Twin Twist here into an arm, we pull down his torso a little bit. We fold his fists inside. Then we're going to fold the arms up onto his shoulders and rotate them so they attach snugly, like that. Do that here real quick for the other arm. Then you come down here and we fold his feet in. Push his head down. The legs we turn inward like this, and then we're going to merge them together right now. Then up top again. Okay, I'm going to connect his arms into the hood of into the body of the tank, so they stay out of our way for a moment. They also seem to insist we turn his guns on his tank turret, so that the tabs here are facing each other. Nope, they want them down. I want them straight down, which is how I had them. I don't know why they would even bother with that. And then down here, we flip him back over, and you shift his legs up all the way like that. And we come down here, and we straighten out the connection point. Then up here at his arm, at the end of his legs, you fold out. I'm going to fold out a couple of sections. We'll reconnect his legs here in a second, so as we can get these pieces out. That will form a hand. Just like that. And apparently, since he's going to be connecting like that, you'll reach over here and fold out this foot so that it is a thumb. And then back down here, we take these side flaps and fold them down and under all the way against his legs. And we come back around and rotate the turret so it's pointing in that direction. And there you have the tank as an arm. We'll connect him in a moment. It's kind of right now, let's get Brawl here turned into a leg, so that way Bruticus will at least be able to stand. Oops, wrong instructions. The ones I want are on the floor. Basically, once we got him in tank mode here, we start by detaching the arms and folding them downwards. Down to the sides like so. Because you want the hands to be exposed and pointing upwards. You rotate the turret so it points behind him. Then we're going to lift it up and fold it all the way down. And it should just snap on here at the end of the turret. Yep, there it goes. Snaps into place. And then it shows here that the upper portion, this green part, will fold out flat. And then we fold these flaps inward. And then, need be, you adjust the connection point. And there you go. The tank is now a leg. We'll start with connecting the leg onto Bruticus. And there we go. The leg is attached. And lo and behold, in all his brutality, we have Bruticus. But of course, now we'll bring over his competition in front, just to overshade him a bit. And we attach this arm. And then there we have Ruination. Set these guys back here a bit. And there we go, folks. We have the Wreckers and the Combaticons in their alternate mode of their combined form, and done up in all the different ways that the limbs can be made. Now, of course, all their individual guns can be merged together to form a weapon. You start with the big rocket launcher. Then you would take the two guns from the space shuttle and you mount them into these holes on the front. Mount them so the wings are pointing outward. Like that. Then you'll take the swords from the helicopter and you insert them in the barrels of the rocket guns. Then back here at the back, you'll take the armored cruiser's gun and you will mount it on the back of the rocket launcher. Then you'll take the tank's gun and you will insert it into the barrel of the armored car's gun, which will also rest the handle on the rocket launcher. When you do that, you have, for Bruticus, a sonic cannon, which is an homage to Onslaught's original weapon. And for Ruination, you have a phase cannon. And of course, to mount these guns, Bruticus has a hole there in blast off to hold the gun properly. Ruination in this configuration does not have a closable hand, but apparently there is a hole shape on Roadbuster, and that allows him to hold the gun. So at least he can hold the gun properly. I'm going to set Ruination aside for a moment here, folks, so we can take a look at some of the articulation. And I'd rather look at it here on Bruticus, because I just think Bruticus looks pretty badass cool. Pardon my French. Let's see what we can do with him. The head, of course, can turn left and right. It can't move up and down. The arms do rotate at the shoulders. You do have some elbow bending action here with Vortex. And we do here with Blast Off. So their arms can swivel inward like so. So you can see there, even without my support, I'm not holding him. He does have G.I. Joe battle grip. So, pretty nice. I'm not going to attempt to do a full splits with him, because I'm afraid he'd fall down, or how well it would hold up. But you can raise the leg up, and because of the articulation, for the way those connections post in, there is knee articulation. So, pretty impressive for this combiner. And of course, let's get Bruticus aside. Let's take a look at it from Ruination as well. Let's see how well Ruination is articulated. Can we move at the shoulder? in this configuration. Yes, we can. We also do have elbow and bicep manipulation. Let's see, can Ruination do it as well? Yes, Ruination can also do G.I. Joe Battle Grip. And also, we do have articulation at the legs, especially at the knees. All in all, a very nice and worthy improvement on the originals. So now we get down to my thoughts. What do I think of them? I'm a G1 era kid, as I just recently turned 41. Yes, you can call me old. I do remember Bruticus very well. That was the combiner my brother owned in entirety, and it was always a favorite of his, as it saw a lot of action here. This one does pay a nice homage to the original. All the modes in it did pay very good respect to the original, and this one in many ways improves upon it. Without the extra loose pieces that we grew up with in the G1 era, many of us would wonder, how would this even work? Does it even work? Well, clearly, as you can see, not only does it work, in many ways, and I know this is going to be blasphemous for the die-hard G1 fans to hear, but in many ways this actually works better than our original toys did. The original guys, all we could do was rotate their arms at the shoulders. Basically, we could aim their gun straight ahead of them. Not exactly very play value friendly, but it worked for what we had at the time. This, however, is a grand improvement upon it. Now, we turn the camera over here to his Autobot counterpart. Many of you who've been here with the channel for a while, you already know we covered Ruination sometime last year. The Ruination we covered was basically a repaint of the G1 Combaticons. And of course, that one was a Decepticon. This one is an Autobot. So it's a different character. But nonetheless, even though it's a repaint, I still gotta say it's not a bad toy. The only real gripe that I have with these two guys is the way the instructions were done. The marketing on the packaging clearly pointed out that all the limb guys here, they could all be used as an arm or a leg. But the instructions only showed one way, and that was it. If you wanted to know how to build them in the other way, you had to buy the instructions for the other toy. And what if you didn't want the other toy? What if your parents didn't want to buy you the other toy? What if your parents didn't see any sense in this? Trust me, I've heard that one a lot too. Well then, if you didn't want all that, you were SOL. And the fact of the matter is the instructions had the ability to show that. But they wasted it on having to go backwards on how to turn the vehicle back into the robot. Back in the G1 day, we had a simple thing for that. At the very end of the instructions, it said, reverse order to change back. Why this one needed to show separate instructions to change it back, when they could have simply added the space, used the space for the other limb configuration. Obviously, somebody at Hasbro gets that now, because that's how the Siege and Earthrise ones are. Why somebody missed this all those years ago, I will not know. But at any rate, I would probably say these guys do belong in your collection if you can manage to get yourself one, or even both of them. They aren't bad toys per se. They do pay a fair amount of homage to their originals. And with the amount of posability they have, they would look great on most of your shelves. So, definitely, I say we got ourselves a couple of winners here. At any rate, that concludes the review of the comparison of the Wreckers and Combaticons. I hope everybody has enjoyed it this month. If you like the videos, leave me a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below and join our ranks. Don't forget to ring the bell so you'll be notified when I post new content. Please also share this video with your friends to help this channel grow, and share your thoughts about Ruination and Bruticus in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying that here in June we're going to start finally covering some of the Earthrise figures. So if you've been waiting for me to do them, we're finally getting on to it. So until then, I'll catch y'all later.